guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today, in this video, we're going to be interviewing our respective guest, Ronald Miles, and we're going to be talking about the Chick Webb Recreation Center Memorial, like you can see over there. And actually, we're going to be talking about the addition that they're making at the Recreation Center, which is currently in construction, like you can see over there. So, let's get right into the video.
Baltimore was in fact a very much industrial area. It's one of the highest industrial areas in the United States.
This particular center in segregated Baltimore was built from the ground up by nationally known black folk and the Baltimore black community. This building was threatened for demolition. However, the community came together after learning its history and made it a historic landmark.
Okay, again, here in Baltimore, we have the harbor. This is the harbor where, or really the port, because in the early days, this is where the slave ships came in, and Baltimore was in fact a very much industrial area. It's one of the highest industrial areas in the United States.
This is the southern end of the Perkins Somerset Old Town Transformation Project here in Baltimore. This particular community where I'm standing now was initially founded on the part of, it was called public housing, and it was built primarily for the white community way back in 1942. That's when we first settled here. But the community itself involved people from Germany, the Irish, the Polish. And again, I have to emphasize that this part of Baltimore City, the southern end of the Perkins Somerset Old Town Project, was primarily the white community. Further north, where I will show you later, is the northern end, where they have the Old Town community and where the famous Chick Webb Recreation Center is located, where I'll be able to talk to you more about, specifically about the Chick Webb Memorial Recreation Center and the community. Here we are, Ehsan. We're on the northern side of the area that we call Perkins Somerset Old Town Transformation Area. If you look down south, you can see the inner harbor, where we just come from the Perkins, and the project that we're developing is coming north. And this is called the Somerset area of the development. On the side of the area, remember, I shared with you that Baltimore was very, very segregated. And across the street there, which is Fayette Street, hardly any black people went down there. Most of the black people lived on this side of Fayette Street, which is called 6th.
White people on the harbor side?
Yes. Down there. Most of Baltimore was pretty much founded pretty much by the white community, which included the Germans, the Italians, the Irish. They're the ones that settled this particular community, along with free blacks and slaves. Early on, to 1760. All right, so I'm just now showing you where they demolished the houses that were occupied by the black community, called Somerset Projects, and now they're transforming it as far as income area for the mixed community now.
So before it was only for black, but then destroyed. Now it's for everyone.
It's for everyone. But again, we can look at everyone. We still have a culture where certain people are going to move. So I expect that primarily this is not going to be necessarily a mixed racial income. I think it's pretty much still majority black. This particular recreation center, the Chick Webb Memorial Recreation Center, has a phenomenal background as far as the only African American recreation center built in America by nationally known the black community. Here in Baltimore, that was very, very segregated. The black community had no outlet or public facilities to go to. But many people have heard of Chick Webb, who's the most famous drummer of the country back in the 30s in New York, who grew up here in Baltimore. And one of his last dying wish was to have a facility for black kids in Baltimore. And he called on his friend, Joe Louis, the world boxing champ, to have a concert here in Baltimore to help raise money for the center. And Dr. Young, Robert Young was Chick Webb's physician who carried out that mission. So let me share with you, again, this particular center in segregated Baltimore was built from the ground up by nationally known black folk and the Baltimore black community. Now, more recently, what has occurred was, seeing where we are talking about the redevelopment of the community, what we call the Perkins Somerset Old Town Project, this building was threatened for demolition. However, the community came together after learning its history and made it a historic landmark. And beyond that, you see, a lot of landmarks are made historic, but because of the disinvestment over the course of years, the Dunbar Coalition, in which I was a part of, actually pressed the city of Baltimore to put money into the center in order to improve it, expand it. So not only now is it historic, but we have been successful as far as it being constructed with an improvement and expansion. And rather than just being a recreation center, with the demographics of our new community, we're making an intergenerational center that will satisfy everybody who lives here, from the youth up to our seasoned residents. And that's what we're doing here at the historic Chick Webb Memorial Recreation Center here in Baltimore, Maryland. Again, just reinforce, this is only a piece of the development taking place in the Perkins Somerset Old Town Project area, which is a redevelopment area that the city and other finance people are putting in over $1 billion reinvestment. And this will be our home, this will be our place to incorporate the entire community. And also, moving from being a local historic district, our dream is that more people learn about the center as its foundation of being built by the African American community, that folks all over the country will know about this center and come to Baltimore to visit the historic Chick Webb Memorial Recreation Center.